Ladies, have you ever wondered what makes a man think about you long after you're gone? Is it your looks, your style, or perhaps something deeper, something intangible that lingers in his mind and heart? Let me tell you this. While physical beauty might catch his eye, it's the unique way you make him feel that captivates his soul. This isn't about fleeting charm, it's about creating a lasting impression that etches your presence into his very being. But here's the problem. Most of us are chasing the wrong things. We try to dazzle him with surface-level traits, thinking that's what will secure his heart. The truth. That approach fades faster than a sunset. What truly makes you unforgettable lies in the little things, the subtle yet profound gestures that connect you to his soul. Sounds intriguing, right? Stick around, because I'm about to reveal the secrets to becoming the woman a man can never forget. Imagine this, you're not just another chapter in his story, you're the story he replays in his mind over and over again. Doesn't that sound empowering? Today, I'll guide you through the 10 things you can do that will leave a lasting mark on any man. From Stoic dating principles to the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we'll explore how you can cultivate qualities that not only elevate your relationships, but also transform your own sense of self-worth. Let's dive into the first step of this journey, the power of emotional connection. Get ready, because this is where the magic begins. 1. The power of emotional connection. What truly makes a man never forget you? It's not the dress you wore or the perfume you chose. It's the way you made him feel when he was with you. Emotional connection is the golden thread that binds two people together. It's what makes a man remember you not just as a partner, but as someone who understood him in ways no one else did. Have you ever noticed how people talk about feeling seen? That's what emotional connection does. It makes him feel truly understood, as though you can see right through the layers he hides from the world. Here's the truth. Men often feel like they have to carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. Society teaches them to be stoic, to bury their emotions deep down. But what if you could be the one person who gives him the space to let that guard down? How do you build that connection? Start with genuine curiosity. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly listened to someone without waiting for your turn to speak? Listening, truly listening, shows him that his thoughts and feelings matter. It's not about agreeing with everything he says. It's about creating a safe space where he feels free to express himself without judgment. Here's a challenge. The next time he shares something with you, resist the urge to jump in with advice or solutions. Instead, ask him questions that dig deeper. What's driving his thoughts? How does he feel about it? Show him that you care not just about his words, but about the emotions behind them. But don't stop there. Emotional connection is a two-way street. Be vulnerable yourself. Share your fears, your dreams, the little things that make you who you are. When you open up, it invites him to do the same. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the foundation of trust. There's something else you should know. Emotional connection isn't built overnight. It's nurtured through consistent actions, like remembering the little details he shares, celebrating his wins, and standing by him in tough times. It's about showing him that your connection isn't conditional. You're not there to fix him, you're there to understand him. And here's the kicker. When you forge a deep emotional bond, you tap into something primal within him. He starts to associate you with a sense of peace and comfort, a feeling that's incredibly hard to forget. Emotional connection isn't just a fleeting moment, it's a memory that lingers, a bond that stands the test of time. So ladies, ask yourself, are you creating a space where he feels seen and valued? If you're ready to make that kind of impact, start small, but start today. Trust me, when you become the woman who understands his soul, you become unforgettable. 2. Inspiring him to be his best. Do you know what truly sets a woman apart in a man's life? It's the way she inspires him to rise higher, to be better, not because she demands it, but because she awakens something powerful within him. A man will never forget the woman who believed in him when no one else did, who saw his potential when even he couldn't. This isn't about fixing him or molding him into someone he's not. It's about standing by him in a way that lights the fire of his own transformation. Let's talk about what inspiration really means. It's not about being pushy or pointing out flaws. Instead, it's about holding up a mirror to his best self. Imagine this: you're the woman who sees the greatness he's capable of and gently nudges him toward it. How do you do that? Through encouragement, not criticism. Through belief, not doubt. A man inspired by a woman's faith in him will move mountains, not because he has to, but because he wants to. Think about it. When was the last time you told the man in your life that you believed in him? When was the last time you looked him in the eyes and said, "I know you can do this"? Men are often expected to carry themselves with stoicism, never showing weakness or doubt. But deep down, they crave the reassurance of someone who sees them for more than their struggles. Someone who knows their worth even when they're at their lowest. That someone could be you. Here's the secret to inspiring a man. It's all in how you frame your encouragement. Instead of saying, "You should be doing better," try saying, "I see so much potential in you, and I believe you're capable of incredible things." Notice the difference. One approach focuses on his shortcomings, while the other uplifts him. Men never forget the women who uplifted them. But let's get real for a moment. There's a fine line between inspiring a man and enabling complacency. This isn't about carrying him on your shoulders or excusing bad behavior. If he's not willing to put in the effort to grow, your belief in him will only go so far. True inspiration works when both of you are committed to growth, not just as individuals, but as a team. Remember, ladies, this is about balance. You're not his coach, his therapist, or his cheerleader 24/7. You're his partner. You inspire him by being an example of growth and resilience yourself. When he sees you chasing your dreams, pushing through challenges, and never settling for less, it fuels his own desire to do the same. He'll look at you and think, "If she can conquer her world, I can conquer mine." Here's a story to illustrate this. Imagine a man who's been stuck in a rut for years, doubting his abilities and settling for mediocrity. Then, one day he meets a woman who believes in him. She doesn't just tell him he can do better, she shows him through her actions. She sets boundaries, holds him accountable, and celebrates his victories, no matter how small. Over time, her unwavering faith in him becomes the catalyst for his transformation. That woman, she's unforgettable. And it's not just about him. Inspiring a man to grow also transforms you. It teaches you patience, compassion, and the power of faith, not just in him, but in the possibilities of love and partnership. You'll discover that helping someone reach their potential is one of the most fulfilling things you can do. So, let me ask you this. Are you the kind of woman who inspires growth? Or are you settling for relationships that drain your energy without giving back? If you're ready to become unforgettable, start by becoming a source of strength and encouragement in his life. Trust me, the impact you'll have will be profound. Now, if you're feeling inspired by this idea, do me a favor. Like this video and comment number 1 below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about how you've inspired someone or how someone has inspired you. And if you want more powerful insights like this, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Together, we're building a community of strong, confident women who understand the art of Stoic dating and embrace the timeless wisdom of Stoicism in love and life. Stay tuned, the best is yet to come. 3. Building unshakable trust. Trust. It's such a simple word, yet it carries the weight of every meaningful relationship. When you think about it, isn't trust the foundation of love? Without it, no amount of charm, beauty, or connection can hold a relationship together. And here's the truth. A man will never forget the woman who made him feel like he could be his most honest, vulnerable self without fear of judgment or betrayal. But let me ask you this. What does trust mean to you? Is it just about not breaking promises, or does it go deeper than that? For a man, trust often means consistency. It means knowing that when he shows up as himself, flaws and all, you'll meet him with understanding and grace, not condemnation. Men are often taught to be stoic, to wear masks of strength and composure. This societal expectation makes vulnerability feel like a risk. And yet, When a man finds a woman he can trust, someone who makes him feel secure in exposing his fears and doubts, it's a gift he'll treasure forever. That's the power of building unshakable trust. So how do you create that kind of trust? It starts with consistency. Your actions need to align with your words. If you say you're there for him, be there. If you promise to support him, follow through. Little things like remembering what he shares with you or respecting his boundaries build a foundation of reliability over time. But trust isn't just about being dependable, it's also about being honest. Let's be real. Honesty can be uncomfortable. It's easier to sugarcoat things or avoid difficult conversations. But when you're honest, even about the hard stuff, you show him that you value the truth over temporary comfort. And that truth builds a bond stronger than any facade ever could. Think about this. Have you ever felt the pain of being misunderstood or judged? Imagine the relief of finding someone who accepts you completely, even in your darkest moments. That's the gift you give a man when you build trust. You're not just telling him he's safe with you, you're showing it through your actions, your patience, and your willingness to see him for who he truly is. But let's not confuse trust with blind acceptance. Trust also involves holding each other accountable. It's about saying, I believe in you, and I know you're capable of better. It's about addressing issues openly, not sweeping them under the rug. When you build trust, you create a space where honesty isn't a weapon but a tool for growth. Here's a story for you. There was a man who carried the weight of failure on his shoulders. Every relationship he'd been in left him feeling judged or inadequate. Then he met a woman who didn't just hear his words, she listened to the unspoken fears behind them. She didn't try to fix him or pity him. Instead, she gave him the gift of acceptance. Slowly, he began to trust her. And in trusting her, he started trusting himself again. That woman, she became unforgettable, not because of grand gestures, but because she gave him a safe space to be real. When you offer that kind of trust, something remarkable happens. The walls he spent years building start to crumble, and in their place grows a connection rooted in authenticity. He sees you not just as a partner, but as an ally, a constant in a world full of uncertainties. So ask yourself, are you building trust, or are you letting insecurities create cracks in your foundation? When you show a man that he can rely on you, that you value his truth and hold his heart with care, you become someone he'll never forget. Trust isn't built overnight, but when it's there, it becomes the cornerstone of a bond that stands the test of time. And here's the beauty of it. Trust transforms both of you. It teaches patience, courage, and the power of vulnerability. It's not just about creating a relationship, it's about creating a partnership where both of you can thrive. In the end, trust doesn't just make you unforgettable to him, it makes your connection unshakable, no matter what life throws your way. Ready for the next part of this journey? Let's dive even deeper into the qualities that make a woman unforgettable. Stay tuned as we explore how showing unconditional support can leave an indelible mark on a man's heart. 4. Showing unconditional support. Imagine this. A man is facing one of the most challenging moments of his life. Maybe it's a career setback, a personal loss, or a fear he's kept buried deep inside. At that moment, who does he turn to? The woman who shows him unwavering support, the kind that doesn't falter, even when the road gets rough. That woman becomes his anchor, his safe harbor, and let me tell you, he will never forget her. Unconditional support isn't about agreeing with everything he says or blindly standing by every decision he makes. It's about being there when it matters most, offering strength without judgment. Men often feel like they have to be the rock in every situation, but even the strongest rocks need someone to lean on. When you're the person who provides that safe space, you create a bond that's hard to break. So, how do you show support without losing yourself? Start by truly seeing him, not just the man he presents to the world, but the one behind the mask. When he's vulnerable, don't rush to fix him or offer solutions. Instead, listen. Sometimes, the greatest act of support is simply being present. Let him know that it's okay to have moments of weakness, that you're there to share the weight, not to add to it. But support isn't just about the tough times. It's about celebrating his victories, no matter how small. Did he land a new project at work? Cheer for him like it's the Super Bowl. Did he finally try something he's been afraid to do? Let him know how proud you are. Men may not always say it, but your belief in them fuels their confidence like nothing else. Here's where Stoic dating comes into play. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and to remain steady in the face of challenges. When you embody this philosophy, you inspire him to do the same. Instead of panicking when things go wrong, you approach problems with calm determination. Your stability becomes his refuge, and your strength becomes his strength. But let's not forget, unconditional support doesn't mean ignoring your own needs. A truly strong relationship is a partnership, not a one-sided effort. If you find yourself constantly giving without receiving, it's time to have an honest conversation. Support thrives in balance, where both partners lift each other up without losing themselves in the process. Think about this. Have you ever been in a situation where someone's belief in you changed everything? Maybe it was a friend, a mentor, or a family member who stood by you when no one else did. Now imagine being that person for someone you love. The impact you have is immeasurable. Here's a story to bring this to life. A man was struggling to launch a business he'd poured his heart into. The odds were stacked against him, and failure seemed inevitable. But his partner never wavered. She listened to his fears, celebrated his small wins, and reminded him of his why when he wanted to quit. Years later, when his business became a success, he looked back and said, "I couldn't have done it without her." That's the kind of impact unconditional support has. Ladies, if you've ever doubted the power of your presence, let this be your reminder. You are the game changer in his life. Your support gives him the courage to keep going, the strength to overcome, and the confidence to dream bigger. And in return, you build a connection that's unshakable, a partnership rooted in love, respect, and unwavering belief in each other. Now, let me ask you something. Do you believe in the power of unconditional support? If this resonated with you, show your love by liking this video and commenting number 1 below. I want to hear how you've supported someone in your life or how someone has supported you. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more insights into building unforgettable connections. Together, we're mastering the art of love and stoicism in relationships. Let's grow stronger together. Stay tuned. What's coming next will uncover yet another layer of what makes you truly unforgettable to him. You won't want to miss it. 5. Loving him beyond the surface. What does it mean to love someone beyond the surface? In a world obsessed with appearances and superficial charm, truly seeing someone for who they are is rare and unforgettable. When a man feels that you love him for his essence, not just his image, it creates a connection that transcends the ordinary. That's the kind of love he will carry with him forever. Men, like women, crave to be understood on a deeper level. Sure, he might appreciate the compliments about his looks or his achievements, but what truly moves him is when you acknowledge his heart. Have you ever noticed the way his eyes light up when he talks about something he's passionate about? Or how he carries himself when he's proud of a decision he's made? These are glimpses into his soul, moments that reveal the man beneath the surface. But here's the catch. Loving someone for who they are isn't always easy. It requires patience, empathy, and a willingness to look past imperfections. No one is perfect, not you, not him. Real love begins when you accept the flaws alongside the strengths. It's about seeing him as a whole person, not just the parts that shine the brightest. How do you cultivate this kind of love? Start by understanding what makes him tick. What drives him? What keeps him awake at night? These aren't questions to ask once and forget. They're questions to revisit over and over as he grows and evolves. People change, and so do their dreams, fears, and desires. Loving someone beyond the surface means being curious about their journey, not just their destination. There's a profound strength in this kind of love, and it ties beautifully to the philosophy of Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us to focus on inner qualities, the values and principles that define who we are. When you love a man for his integrity, his kindness, and his resilience, you reflect the very qualities that matter most. And here's the beauty of it. This kind of love isn't just transformative for him, it changes you too. Think about your own experiences. Have you ever felt truly seen by someone? The kind of recognition that makes you feel valued for who you are, not for what you look like or what you've achieved. That feeling is rare and powerful, and it's exactly what you give to a man when you love him beyond the surface. But let's be clear, this isn't about blind adoration. Loving someone deeply doesn't mean ignoring red flags or settling for less than you deserve. True love is honest. It's about encouraging each other to grow, even when it's uncomfortable. If he's struggling, you don't enable bad behavior, you hold space for him to rise above it. Real love doesn't just accept, it inspires. Here's an example. A man who's loved for his charm and appearance will feel flattered, but a man who's loved for his values will feel cherished. Imagine a man who's always been praised for his career success. While he appreciates the recognition, he secretly wonders if anyone truly sees his heart. Then he meets a woman who admires his humility, his compassion, and his dedication to his family. For the first time, he feels understood, not as a title or a paycheck, but as a person. That kind of love, it's unforgettable. When you love a man beyond the surface, you give him the freedom to be himself. He doesn't have to perform or pretend to be perfect. In your presence, he can simply be. And that's a gift he will never take for granted. So, ladies, ask yourself this. Are you focusing on his outer world, or are you truly seeing his inner one? When you love a man for who he is at his core, you create a connection that stands the test of time. It's not about perfection, it's about authenticity. And that's what makes love extraordinary. Ready to keep exploring what makes you unforgettable? Let's move forward to uncover even more ways to leave a lasting mark on his heart. Stay with me, this journey is just getting started. 6. Cherishing and nurturing the relationship. What truly makes a relationship thrive? It's not just about the initial spark or the butterflies in your stomach. Those moments are beautiful, but they fade if they aren't nurtured. The truth is, a man will never forget the woman who consistently cherishes the relationship and values the love they've built together. When you nurture your connection with intention and care, you create a bond that feels unshakable, no matter what life throws your way. Think of a relationship like a garden. It doesn't flourish on its own. It requires attention, effort, and a commitment to growth. Yet so many people take love for granted, assuming it will sustain itself without consistent care. Here's the secret. The woman who cherishes her relationship, the one who waters it with kindness, gratitude, and effort, becomes unforgettable. Why? Because she makes him feel valued in a way that words alone can't express. So how do you cherish and nurture your relationship? Start by making him feel seen and appreciated. When was the last time you acknowledged the little things he does for you? Maybe it's how he remembers your coffee order, or how he makes you laugh when you've had a rough day. Men, just like women, need to feel valued. And when you express gratitude for his efforts, it encourages him to keep showing up for you. But it's not just about thanking him, it's about investing in the relationship. This means spending quality time together, even when life gets busy. It's easy to let routines and responsibilities take over, but prioritizing your connection is what keeps the spark alive. Plan those date nights. Surprise him with a thoughtful gesture. Remind him that your relationship is worth celebrating. Here's something most people don't realize. Cherishing your relationship also means embracing the tough moments. No partnership is without challenges, but how you handle them defines the strength of your bond. When conflicts arise, approach them with patience and understanding. Instead of playing the blame game, work together to find solutions. A man will never forget the woman who stands by his side, even in difficult times. And let's not forget the power of forgiveness. Nobody is perfect, and mistakes are inevitable. Holding on to resentment only creates distance, while forgiveness fosters growth. When you choose to forgive, you're not just healing the relationship, you're showing him that love is stronger than any obstacle. At the heart of cherishing your relationship is respect. Respect for his opinions, his dreams, and his individuality. Men value partners who honor their autonomy while still being a team player. It's a delicate balance, but when you get it right, it creates a partnership built on mutual admiration and trust. Now, let me ask you this. Are you cherishing your relationship the way it deserves to be cherished? When you show a man that your love is intentional, that it's something you choose to nurture every day, you leave a lasting impression. He'll remember the way you made him feel seen, supported, and valued, because that kind of love is rare. And ladies, if this resonates with you, let's celebrate the power of intentional love. Like this video and comment number 1 if you agree that nurturing a relationship is the key to making it unforgettable. Your stories and experiences are what make this community so special, so don't hold back. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for more insights into building meaningful connections. Together, we're mastering the art of stoic dating and creating relationships that stand the test of time. Stay tuned, because the next part of this journey will reveal yet another way to create an unforgettable bond with the man you love. You won't want to miss it. 7. The small gestures that mean the most. Sometimes it's not the grand declarations of love or elaborate surprises that linger in a man's heart. It's the small, thoughtful gestures that speak volumes. These are the moments that show you're paying attention, that you care deeply, and that your love is woven into the everyday rhythm of life. A man will never forget the woman who made him feel special in ways that were subtle yet profoundly meaningful. Think about this. When was the last time you did something simple but heartfelt for someone you love? Maybe it was packing a note in his bag before he left for a trip, or remembering to bring home his favorite snack after a long day. These gestures might seem minor, but they create a ripple effect of warmth and connection. They tell him, I see you, I know you, and I care about you. Men often won't articulate the power of these moments, but they feel it deeply. Imagine this. A man comes home exhausted after a long day, and instead of being met with complaints or demands, he's greeted with his favorite meal or a quiet space to relax because you knew he needed it. He might not say it out loud, but that act of kindness will stay with him. The beauty of small gestures lies in their authenticity. They're not about impressing him or seeking recognition. They're about genuinely making his life a little brighter. And here's the truth. These acts of love require attention and mindfulness. It's about noticing what makes him smile, what brings him comfort, and what fills his heart. But small gestures aren't just limited to physical actions. Words hold immense power too. A well-timed compliment, a heartfelt thank you, or a note expressing your appreciation can be just as impactful. Have you ever sent a random text during the day to say, I'm thinking of you, or I'm proud of you? Those words might take seconds to write, but their effect can last for hours or even a lifetime. Let's not forget how humor can be a powerful gesture of love. Inside jokes, playful teasing, or moments of shared laughter create bonds that are uniquely yours. It's in these lighthearted exchanges that he feels the joy of being with someone who truly gets him. Small gestures also show up in the way you support his passions. Is he into a hobby or interest that you don't fully understand? Surprise him by learning a little about it, or simply show enthusiasm when he talks about it. Even if it's not your thing, your willingness to engage with what excites him will mean the world. Here's an example to bring it home. A woman notices that her partner loves a particular type of tea. One day, she buys him a box of that tea and leaves it on the counter with a note that says, "Just thought this might make your day better." It's not an extravagant gift or a grand gesture, but it speaks directly to his heart. It tells him, I pay attention to what you love, and I care enough to act on it. The philosophy of Stoicism teaches us to find value in simplicity and presence. Applying this mindset to your relationship helps you appreciate the profound impact of these small acts. They ground your connection in reality, where love isn't about perfection or theatrics, but about being there for each other in life's everyday moments. So ask yourself, what small but meaningful gestures can you bring into your relationship? It's not about doing something huge, it's about showing love in ways that feel personal and genuine. When you consistently weave these thoughtful acts into your relationship, you create a foundation of affection and care that will leave a lasting mark on his heart. In the end, it's the collection of these small, seemingly insignificant moments that make a relationship extraordinary. Because love isn't just in the big moments, it's in the little ones that happen every single day. And those little moments, They're the ones he'll never forget. Let's continue this journey to explore even more ways you can leave an indelible mark on his heart. The next part will dive even deeper into what makes you truly unforgettable. Stay with me. It only gets better from here. 8. Maintaining high standards and confidence. What is it about a confident, self-assured woman that leaves a lasting impression? It's her unshakable sense of self-worth, her ability to maintain high standards, and her refusal to settle for anything less than she deserves. A man will never forget the woman who challenges him to rise to meet her level, not by demanding it, but by inspiring it with her presence and her actions. Confidence is magnetic, but it's not about arrogance or perfection. True confidence comes from knowing who you are and embracing it fully. It's about walking into a room and owning your space, not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you're grounded in your own value. And let me tell you, men are drawn to this energy like a moth to a flame. It's not about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about showing up authentically, flaws and all, and owning your story. High standards, on the other hand, are the boundaries you set to protect your peace, your time, and your energy. They show a man that you value yourself, and they challenge him to value you just as much. When you know what you want and refuse to settle for less, you inspire him to step up and meet you there. This isn't about being difficult or demanding, it's about showing him that you respect yourself, and in turn, teaching him to respect you too. Here's an example. Imagine a woman who doesn't tolerate inconsistency. If a man is unreliable or dismissive of her time, she doesn't make excuses for him. She simply walks away, not out of anger, but out of self-respect. A man who truly values her will take notice. He'll understand that if he wants to keep her, he needs to show up fully, with honesty and commitment. That's the power of maintaining high standards. But let's talk about what happens when confidence and high standards are paired with kindness and understanding. This is where the magic lies. Confidence without compassion can come across as cold, while kindness without boundaries can be mistaken for weakness. When you balance both, you become a woman who's not only respected but deeply cherished. Men often admire women who are independent, not because they don't need anyone, but because they know how to stand on their own. Independence isn't about pushing people away, it's about showing that your happiness and success don't depend on anyone else. When you prioritize your passions, your growth, and your self-care, you become a woman who's captivating and unforgettable. And here's where Stoic dating principles come into play. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. When you embody this mindset in your relationships, you exude a calm, steady energy that draws people to you. You don't chase or cling, instead, you remain centered in your own power. A man will never forget the woman who doesn't lose herself in the relationship, but instead enhances it by being her true, independent self. Confidence also means embracing vulnerability. It's about being brave enough to show your authentic self, even when it's uncomfortable. When you're confident, you're not afraid to express your needs, share your fears, or admit when you're wrong. This kind of openness builds trust and fosters a deeper connection, making you unforgettable in his eyes. Let me ask you, are you setting the standard for how you want to be treated? Are you showing up as your most confident, authentic self? If this resonates with you, let's celebrate the power of self-worth together. Like this video and comment number 1 if you believe in the magic of confidence and high standards. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more insights into mastering the art of love, relationships, and stoicism. Together, we're building a community of empowered women who inspire greatness in themselves and in the men they love. Stay with me, because the journey doesn't stop here. In the next part, we'll dive into creating meaningful memories that make you truly unforgettable. You won't want to miss it. 9. Creating meaningful memories. What is it about certain moments that make them stand the test of time? A man will never forget the woman who creates memories so rich and meaningful that they become a part of his very essence. These memories aren't just about what you did, they're about how you made him feel in those moments. The laughter, the connection, the shared experiences, All of these weave together to form a story he'll replay in his mind for years to come. Creating meaningful memories doesn't have to involve grand adventures or expensive gestures. Some of the most powerful moments are the simplest ones, those quiet nights spent talking about your dreams, or the spontaneous road trip where you got lost but ended up laughing the whole way. These are the moments that create a bond so deep it feels unbreakable. Think about this. What kind of memories do you want to create with him? Are they the kind that bring joy, excitement, and warmth whenever he recalls them? Meaningful memories are often tied to emotions, so the key is to focus on experiences that evoke genuine feelings. When you laugh together, share something vulnerable, or celebrate a victory, you're creating emotional imprints that linger far longer than material gifts ever could. But creating memories isn't just about the good times, it's also about how you handle the challenges together. The times when life throws curveballs and you stand by each other, navigating the storm as a team, are just as significant. A man will never forget the woman who turned a tough moment into a bonding experience, who found a way to bring light even in darkness. One of the most underrated ways to create memories is through shared rituals and traditions. Maybe it's cooking a special meal together every weekend, having a monthly movie night, or taking a walk in the same park on Sunday mornings. These consistent, meaningful rituals become touch points in your relationship, anchors that remind him of the stability and joy you bring into his life. Let's talk about spontaneity too. While routines are comforting, spontaneous moments add excitement and novelty. Imagine surprising him with tickets to his favorite band or suggesting an unplanned day trip to a place neither of you has visited before. These surprises don't just add fun, they create memories that stand out because they're unexpected and filled with joy. Here's an example. Picture a couple sitting by a campfire under a starlit sky. They're not doing anything extravagant, just talking about their dreams and fears while the fire crackles softly. Years later, the man might not remember every detail of the conversation, but he'll remember how he felt, connected, understood, and at peace. That's the power of a meaningful memory. The principles of Stoicism can also guide you here. Stoicism teaches us to appreciate the present moment and to find value in experiences over possessions. When you focus on being fully present during these moments, you create a deeper sense of connection. It's not just about what you do, it's about how you show up, with your attention and your heart fully engaged. Creating meaningful memories isn't just a gift for him, it's a gift for yourself too. These experiences enrich your relationship and become the foundation for a shared story that grows stronger over time. They remind both of you why you chose each other and why the connection you share is worth nurturing. So, what are you waiting for? Start creating memories that matter, not just big, bold ones, but the everyday moments that make life together so beautiful. These are the memories he'll carry with him, the ones that make you unforgettable in the truest sense. Ready for the next step in this journey? Let's dive into the final piece of this puzzle and uncover what makes your bond with him truly unbreakable. Stay with me, we're almost there. 10. Leaving a lasting legacy in his mind. What is it about certain people that makes them unforgettable? It's the mark they leave, the way they shape your thoughts, your emotions, and even your perspective on life. A man will never forget the woman who becomes a part of his story, not just someone he loved, but someone who changed him, inspired him, and left him better than she found him. This is your lasting legacy. Your legacy isn't just about the big things, it's about how you consistently showed up. Did you encourage him to chase his dreams? Did you remind him of his strength when he doubted himself? Did you teach him the beauty of vulnerability by embracing your own? These are the moments that stay with him, the ones that make you unforgettable. But here's the real secret. Leaving a lasting impression on someone else starts with how you live your own life. When you are passionate, driven, and unapologetically yourself, you inspire him to do the same. You're not just a part of his life, you're a reflection of what's possible when love is built on mutual respect and growth. I think about this. Have you ever met someone who made you see the world differently? Maybe they challenged you to think bigger, to believe in yourself, or to approach life with more courage. Now imagine being that person for him. When you touch a man's soul in this way, you don't just leave memories, you leave an impact that lasts a lifetime. This is where the philosophy of Stoicism comes into play. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the things that truly matter: character, values, and the relationships that enrich our lives. When you embody these principles, you become a source of strength and wisdom in his life. You teach him, through your actions, that love isn't just about passion, it's about purpose. But let's be clear, leaving a legacy in his life doesn't mean losing yourself in the process. In fact, the opposite is true. The more you stay true to yourself, the more he'll admire and remember you. A legacy is built not through trying to be someone else, but through being authentically you. Here's a story to bring this to life. Imagine a man reflecting on the most important relationship of his life. He thinks about the woman who challenged him to step outside his comfort zone, who believed in him when he didn't believe in himself. She wasn't perfect, but she was real. She left him with lessons he carries to this day, lessons about love, courage, and the importance of living fully. That woman, she's unforgettable. Leaving a legacy in a relationship also means creating shared values and visions. It's about building a partnership that doesn't just exist in the present but also dreams of the future. Whether it's starting a family, building a life together, or simply supporting each other's aspirations, these shared goals become a part of the story he tells about his life. And here's the beauty of it. Your legacy doesn't just stay with him, it extends to everyone he touches. The way you inspire and shape him impacts the way he shows up in the world. When he's a better man because of you, your influence continues to ripple outward. Now, let's pause for a moment and reflect. Are you living in a way that creates a lasting legacy, not just in his life, but in your own? Are you building a relationship that goes beyond fleeting moments and leaves a profound impact? If this resonates with you, let's celebrate the power of creating something timeless. Like this video and comment number 1 if you believe in the beauty of leaving a legacy in love. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more empowering insights on relationships, Stoic dating, and how to bring the wisdom of Stoicism into your love life. Together, we're building not just connections but legacies that last a lifetime. Ladies, we've walked through the journey of what it takes to become unforgettable in the heart and mind of a man. From the emotional connection that forms the foundation of your bond, to the small gestures that touch his soul, to the lasting legacy you create through love, support, and authenticity, every step matters. You now hold the keys to building a connection that isn't just fleeting but transformative, one that he'll carry with him forever. But let's not forget the most important part of this journey. It's not just about him, it's about you. When you live with intention, when you nurture your confidence, your values, and your own growth, you don't just captivate a man, you captivate the world. True love starts with self-love, and when you show up as the best version of yourself, the rest falls into place. Remember this, you are the author of your own story. The love you create, the moments you cherish, and the legacy you leave aren't just for him, they're for you too. So ask yourself, what kind of love do you want to give? What kind of life do you want to build? Start there, and everything else will follow. If this video inspired you, don't let the journey end here. Like this video and comment number 1 to let me know which part resonated with you the most. Share your thoughts and stories. I want to hear about the unforgettable love you're building in your life. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel to join our growing community of empowered women who are mastering the art of Stoic dating and embracing the timeless wisdom of Stoicism in their relationships. Thank you for being here, for investing in yourself, and for choosing to create love that's meaningful and lasting. You're not just building a relationship, you're building a legacy. Until next time, remember, you are powerful, you are unforgettable, and the best is yet to come. See you in the next video.